question 3 and 4. So question 3 says, consider the functions f of x equals this, and x is from 0 to pi radians, and another function g is 2x. Part A, we need to find the composite function of f of g of x. Okay, I think this is pretty straightforward. We can just plug in the function g into function f, right? So f of g of x is equal to f of, I will plug in function g of x. So that means f of 2x. So we just substitute x, every x with this 2x, then we get root 3 sine of 2x, then plus cos of 2x. Okay, yeah, so that's for part A. Then part B, we need to solve the equation. This composite function is equal to 2 times cos of 2x, and x is from 0 to pi. Okay, so let's first write out the equation. So based on the previous part, we know that this is equal to root 3 sine of 2x, then plus cos of 2x. And this need to be equal to 2 times cos 2x. Okay, first we can simplify a little bit. Like this, two terms, we can combine them. So we get square root of 3x 2x sine 2x is equal to cos 2x, right? Subtract cos of 2x from both sides. And we notice that if we divided both sides by this cos of 2x, we get a tan tangent of 2x. Okay, so let's do that. Root 3 sine 2x divided by cos 2x is equal to 1. So that means tangent 2x is equal to, then we divide both sides by this square root of 3. Right, so we get 1 over square root of 3. And that would be root 3 over 3. Okay, so tangent of an angle is equal to this. So that means 2x equals, we know in the first quadrant, when the angle is pi over 6, the tangent of pi over 6 is root 3 over 3, right? So that means pi over 6, and since a tangent is periodic function with a period of pi, okay, don't use 2 pi here because that's for sine and cosine. You have to be really careful. So that's pi times an integer like k. So we know that x, the general solution for this is x equals pi over, so everything divided by 2, that's pi over 12 plus pi over 2 times k. Since we know that x is from 0, okay, x is from 0 to pi, then that tells us x could either be when k equals 0, so that's when x equals pi over 12, or if k is equal to 1, so that means this is pi over 12 plus pi over 2, so that's 7 pi over 12. And if k is 2, that'd be greater than, if k is 2, so this becomes pi, and this value would be greater than pi. So the only two acceptable solutions are these two, right? Okay, so that's for question 3. Let's move on to question 4. Consider the curve with equation this. That x is any real number, and this is integers. The tangent to the curve at the point where x equals 1 is parallel to the line y equals this. Okay, remember, notice that this is actually linear, right? Like y equals mx plus b. Okay, so the tangent to the curve, that means we need to find the first derivative. Okay, so since y is equal to 2x minus 1 times e to the power of kx. So first let's find out the first derivative. So we need to use the product rule, right? And a little bit chain rule. So here, by applying the product rule, we get this is equal to, I can find the derivative of this times the original and then plus, so that's 2 times e to the power of kx, then plus, okay, then the original expression, then times the first derivative of the other expression. So that's e. Okay, let me let me write this again. I'm gonna write this really in details. So dy, oops, dy over dx is equal to, by applying the chain rule, so we get the prime of this times e to the power of this, then plus 2x minus y times e to the power of this, then prime. Okay, so that means we get 2 times e to the power of kx, then plus 2x minus 1 times, okay, this we have to use the chain rule, then times k, right? Okay. We can factor out an e to the power of kx, so we get e times k, e to the power of kx times 2 plus 2kx minus 2, right? We just times these two terms together. Okay, so this is the first derivative of the function, and we need to find the slope when x equals 1. So just plug in x equals 1. This is equal to e to the power of k times 2 plus 2k times 1, 2k minus k, so that's k. Okay, so when x equals 1, the slope of the tangent line is this expression, and we're told that this is this tangent line is parallel to this, so that means they have the same slope. So this slope is equal to the slope of the line, which is 5 times e to the power of k. Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, this is actually a linear function, like y equals mx, right? So m is the slope. Okay, so we can solve this equation. We notice that both sides have e to the power of k, which is not equal to 0, so we can divide both sides by e to the power of k. So that means we get, okay, divide both sides by e to the power of k. So we get 2 plus k equals 5. Yep, so that means k is equal to 3. Okay. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you have any problems, you can leave a comment below. I'll be glad to help. Bye bye, guys.